Hi everyone, I hope you're all staying safe, well and sane out there. So for our second instalment of Wildlife Drawing TV, we're going to be drawing guinea pigs as a bit of a special treat for the Easter weekend. Now I know there is a huge underground community of true guinea pig lovers out there, so really this one's for you. This tutorial is for all ages, all abilities, so anyone can take part and should take you just about 20 or 30 minutes. And I've been so enjoying seeing all your works of art from these tutorials, so stay tuned to the very end of the video where I'll be giving you details of the competition and you can win tickets to a future wildlife drawing class. So for now I'm going to hand over to Lauren and we'll meet our lovely rescue guinea pigs.
Thanks Jenny. Now today we are going to be talking about guinea pigs, learning a bit about them, and then Jenny's going to teach you how to draw them. Now this is Phil, one of our 3 guinea pigs here at the zoo. I'm going to introduce you to his friends Squeak and Sooty shortly. Now to tell you a little bit about guinea pigs. The name guinea pig is a little bit of a mystery. Nobody really knows where it came from. So they are not from Guinea, Papua New Guinea or anywhere near it, but people think that explorers in the 1500s brought them via Guinea in Africa, and so people automatically thought that guinea pigs came from Guinea. And the pig part, that's a little bit more understandable. They think that that's because of the noises that they make, so the squeaks and pops that they make, so sounding like little piglets. Now what I'm going to do is introduce you to Phil's friends Sooty and Squeak now. So we've got Phil on the left, who you've already met, and in the middle we've got Squeak, and on the right we've got Sooty. Now Sooty and Squeak were rehomed to us after losing their cage mates, which was a really sensible decision by their previous owners, as they didn't want to get any more guinea pigs, and guinea pigs are hugely social animals. They need friends of their own species. Now it's often thought that you can keep rabbits and guinea pigs together. It's not a good idea. Rabbits often end up bullying guinea pigs, and that's largely down to communication issues. So rabbits, they communicate through their ears and they very rarely use sound, whereas guinea pigs, you can see they've got these big flappy ears and they always make noise. Okay, their noises, they make this week, week, week sound when they're really excited or calling out for their friends. If rabbits hear that, they think that the guinea pig's really scared or hurt, and it just gets really, really confusing for them. So it's just best to keep them separate. If you've got a guinea pig, you might notice that they purr. If your guinea pig purrs, that means that they're really chilled, they're really calm, they're happy. So you've got one little chilled out guinea pig there if you've got a purring one. Now they only sleep for short periods of time. They are awake for about 20 hours a day. So that means if you're a guinea pig owner, you need to give them a huge amount to do. So lots of things to chew, lots of things to play with, but also lots of things to eat to give them lots of energy to be awake that long. They are really, really happy if they do what is called popcorning. I don't know whether you've heard of that, but when a guinea pig popcorns, that means that they jump high into the air and they do a little flip. That is the ultimate happy guinea pig. If you've got a popcorning guinea pig, you are doing it right. Now, guinea pigs, they do need vitamin supplements. Their bodies cannot make or store vitamin C, a bit like us. So it's really, really important to give them a good quality hay, lots of grass, and a really good quality nugget food as well, which has that supplement added into it. Along with that, we feed leafy greens such as dandelions, broccoli and spring greens. But giving them lots of hay helps their constantly growing teeth. It gives them something to wear them down, but also helps their digestion, helps their tummy, keeps them nice and healthy. Now what I'm going to do is pass you over to Jenny, who's going to tell you how to draw them.
Thanks Lauren, they are absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to teach you how to draw a guinea pig. Now, I've used a few different materials this time. I've used a Japanese brush pen and a fine liner pen, but you can use just normal pencil and paper, that's absolutely fine. Or if you have a ballpoint pen in the house or some felt tips, they'll work fine too. So now all you need to do is grab yourself a guinea pig or a nice reference photo online, or you can pause this video and grab your bits and we'll get cracking. We start in pencil with 2 shapes. Guinea pigs are basically potatoes, so the first shape is exactly that. a bit like a jacket potato, slightly elongated with a bit of bulge at one end. Then the head is a sort of soft triangle, and what you can do is join the two shapes together. Then you want to map out where the ear and the eye is. The ear is very floppy. And you might want to put in a little chubby cheek as well. Just mark out faintly where the little feet are. As guinea pigs are so fluffy, you might not be able to see too much of the feet or the toes, so don't worry about putting too much in if you can't see very much. Make sure they have a nice round bottom. So I'm going to switch over to pen now. I'm going to use the Japanese brush pen, which has got a lovely kind of soft nib to it. Then what I'm going to do is just outline the guinea pig with lots of fluffy, tufty marks. Just keep your marks nice and fluid, follow the direction of the fur with the pen, and just focus on that outline to begin with, just so you know where everything is. And if there are any patches or markings on the guinea pig, you can mark them out as well. This guinea pig has got a lovely stripe up its nose, so I'm going to pop that in. Now we're going to switch over to the fine liner pen, which has got a much finer nib. I'm going to use the fine liner to pick out the features in more detail. So that's the eyes, the ear, and the feet. Again, I'm going to keep that little circle of white in the eye to make sure I've got a reflection. Makes the animal look really alive and alert. Guinea pigs have got quite little eyes, but they're quite beady and rounded. Again, it's also really useful to draw whatever's around the eye as well. So we've got the eyelids and then a little bit of fur where it parts. Can't see too much of the nose, so I'm just going to allude to the fact it's there with a little bump, and then follow the fur of the little chubby cheek. And guinea pigs often have a little stylish hairdo or a Mohican, so you can pop that in too. So now I'm just sort of following the lines from the brush pen, just sort of filling out the areas where the guinea pig is a little bit more furry or is a little bit darker in colour. Just using short, sharp, repetitive marks, just building up a bit of the texture. Again, getting those little details for the toes. Guinea pigs have got little claws, and just building up those details for the toes. Little claws, little toes. I can't really see very much, so I'm not going to go too wild there. Then we're going back to the brush pen. And we're just going to work into the areas with some lovely long fluid brush strokes. I want to take some time to work into the areas where there isn't much light, so where the guinea pig hits the floor. That will be where the guinea pig fur is darkest. Make sure you define that little chin line. Guinea pigs don't have many features, so you've got to accentuate the ones that they have. One of the last jobs is to pop those whiskers in using the fine liner. They might have a little eyebrow too. And then again, just to make sure your guinea pig's not floating in midair, you can add a little bit of grass, a little bit of shadow. Give them a bit of context, a bit of something to eat. Maybe a little leaf or something. My guinea pig used to like dandelions. Lovely. Now I'm going to hand you back right over to Lauren, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the history of guinea pigs.
So to tell you a little bit more about guinea pigs, they originate from the Andes region of South America, and you can't actually find our domesticated guinea pigs living in the wild anymore. But they used to live in the rocky and grassy plains of South America, and it was thought that the first guinea pig to be domesticated was in 5000 BC, and they were initially kept as a food source. But black guinea pigs, they were regarded as holy animals, as they're the rarest colour to be found in the wild. And for the people of the Andes regions, guinea pigs were just a way of life. They just lived alongside them, and they were often gifted at weddings. Now, guinea pigs, they've got an odd number of toes. They've got 4 on the front and 3 on the back, which is really, really good for tunnelling and helping them burrow underneath the ground where they just have a little rest. But it means that they're not very good at climbing at all. They live for about 8 to 10 years when they're a domesticated guinea pig. The oldest living guinea pig was 14 years and 10 months old. They must have had a really good diet and lots of exercise to keep them nice and healthy, but that can be found in the Guinness Book of Records. Now, baby guinea pigs, they are born fully furred, eyes open. They are pretty much ready to go, and if need be, they can go and fend for themselves, but ideally they'll stay for mum for about 3 weeks and nurse from her and learn how to forage and find food. But that's really, really clever and handy because they are prey species. If they are born and they can run, they've got more chance of survival. Now I'll hand you back to Jenny.
Thanks so much for that, Lauren. You may also want to draw your guinea pig facing you, and sometimes it's fun to draw in coloured pencil. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to demonstrate that position in these coloured pencils. So before you begin anything in colour, it's a good idea to select your colour palette first. So we're going to be drawing Squeak the guinea pig. He's mostly white, but he does have some lovely areas of ginger and some darker browns as well. So I'm going to pick out the colours that I need. And some of these browns here, and a much darker black as well for the details, and probably some nice greens and a bit of yellow for the grass and flowers that he's going to be sitting on. I started sketching out those 2 shapes again, the soft triangle and the potato, and I used the palest colour out of that palette. It was like a pale brown. And as your guinea pig is facing towards you this time, you'll be able to see more of the nose. And they've got two little slanty nostrils. And they've also got a very, very cute little bottom lip. It's quite prominent actually when you see it. And the position this guinea pig is in, I can only see one of its eyes. And just mapping out that chubby cheek a little bit. So now I'm going to start with some of the fun colours. This guinea pig has a sort of yellow, it has an orange patch and some darker patches, but is mostly white. And it's just so much fun using colour. Again, what I'm doing is just following the direction of the fur with my pencil, again using those short, sharp, repetitive lines. And just defining the edge of that guinea pig's chin there. And some of the markings behind the face. And what you can do is use the colours to build up. So you can use one colour over another colour over another colour, and it just gives it a really nice depth, rich colour at the end. And I use a black now to just define the eye and a couple of the little features. And I'm just working in with my pencils, building up those colours, building up that texture. Takes a while, but it's worth it. So I'm going to add a little pink around the nose and the mouth. They have quite delicate features, so I'm not going to go too wild on that area. I've also got little pink ears. Just making sure I get that nice big guinea pig bottom in at the back. And just defining where the legs are coming out of the body. I'm afraid, being a potato, they don't have a lot of anatomical structure. So their little toes are going to be at a different angle here. They're going to be facing towards you. So instead of seeing the length of the toe, you might just see the little claw poking towards you, which is a sort of mini triangle. And then behind that will be like a little sort of circular bulge, which is the toe itself. This foot is a little bit turned to the side. You'll see a bit more of a length in the toes there. And just a tiny hint of the foot on the back. Can't see very much. And now to finish off, I'm just working into all the areas that I think need a little bit more, but making sure to leave all the areas that are white on the guinea pig. And just to finish off, a little bit of grass. Maybe a couple of cute little flowers, make it cheerful. Now what you can do is just add the last shadows underneath the guinea pig and those finishing touches, and we're done. I had a really nice time drawing these guinea pigs. I find them such lovely animals in the first place, but then just the act of being creative and experimenting with different materials is really calming. It really focuses your mind, especially in this tricky time. And you've got a sense of achievement at the end of it, which is brilliant.
I hope you enjoyed meeting, learning about and drawing our guinea pigs today. To tell you a little bit about our fundraiser at the moment, due to the current circumstances, we're not allowed to go out and about, obviously, with our animals, so our income has come to a stop. We haven't got any money coming in, yet we've got over 100 animals to care for at the moment. We have set up a donation page for people to be able to donate towards our animal care fund, and if you could do that, we would be so grateful. The page is crowdfunder.co.uk/animal-workshops-mobile-zoo, and any pennies, pounds that you could donate would really help us. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thanks Lauren, and thank you to you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please send in your guinea pig pictures to me. I'd love to see them. You can either send them via email to info@wildlifedrawing.co.uk, or you can post them on Instagram and just tag @wildlifedrawing. I'd love to see them, but I'm also going to be picking a favourite, and that person will win a ticket to a future wildlife drawing class. Thank you so much. Enjoy the Easter weekend. Bye bye.